Okay, great. Alright. Welcome everybody to today's live. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths, and we are doing PSLE Maths revision on excess and shortage today. Alright, thank you for your patience. I was having some technical difficulty earlier on. We are going to begin in about a minute's time, alright? Hi everyone, how are we doing tonight? All good? Are we sad that our holiday is ending? Alright. Hello, hi. Okay, for those who just joined, hello, my name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are doing PSLE Maths revision today on the topic of excess and shortage. If you're not sure where we can get the materials, it is available on our Telegram channel, which is at the top of this screen. You can see the link at the top of the screen. So go ahead and join our Telegram channel in order to get the worksheet. And if you want to learn more, please follow us on our channels, and we will begin shortly. Okay, for those of you who already have the worksheet, can you please make a small amendment here? Okay, this should not be sum, it should be more than 10. Okay, can you cancel the sum and replace it with more than 10? All right. Okay, I see that the numbers are growing. Hello everybody, my name is Coach Shahira. Welcome to MasterMaths live class. Today we are doing excess and shortage. So those of you who are in P5 and P6, you are free to join. Okay, if you're not, you can also stay. For those of you who have been joining us every week, hello and welcome back. Good to see you again. Alright, let's begin. Okay, question number 1. Finn has more than 10 stickers. If he puts them into packets of 8, he will be short of 1 sticker. Okay, if he puts them into packets of 7, there will be no left over. What is the smallest number of stickers that Finn has? Alright, this is a very standard excess and shortage question. Okay, how do we know this is excess and shortage? They will tell you things like how many left over, or what is the number that you are short of. Okay, things like that. Alright, now for this question, or rather for any kinds of excess and shortage questions, there are 2 methods that you can use. The first method is listing method. Okay, and the second method is model method. Before I jump straight into this question to show you how to solve this, I want to first of all share with you when you will use the listing method. Okay, I hope everybody can see this. Let me scroll down. Okay, so for any kind of excess and shortage question, what you want to zoom into or what you want to look for is these keywords here, whether or not they told you things like smallest number or minimum number, or whether a range is given. For instance, he has between XX and XX amount of stickers, or he has more than a few stickers, things like that. Okay, when you have such keywords, then you will want to use the listing method. Okay, if you don't have these keywords, then we will use the model method. So far so good. Okay, yes, those of you who have this worksheet, please take it down. You can also screenshot this screen right now so that you can take it down at your own time later on. Alright, okay, so since we know that this question has this keyword smallest number, and it also has given us the range, more than 10 is actually a range. Okay, it has given us a range, and we see this keyword smallest number, therefore it signals us to use the listing method. Alright, so we will not use the model method, we will use the listing method instead. Okay, so how do we use the listing method? Now, since we know that if he puts them into packets of 8, packets of 8 just means we are looking at the 8 times table. So we will look at the 8 times table. Okay, and we are going to look for the 8 times table that is more than 10. So we will skip 8 and go straight to 16 because it's more than 10 here. Okay, so 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. We will continue later on. Okay, we can do bit by bit first. Now because he will be short of 1. Short of 1 means you don't have this. If you don't have this, we have to take away 1. Okay, because you don't have this short of 1, therefore we take away 1. Alright, and if we take away 1, we are going to have 15, 23, 31, 39, 47. Okay, now what we want to do next is to look for numbers in this list that are divisible by 7. Because when he packs them into packets of 7, there is no leftover. Okay, no leftover means you can divide by 7 nicely. So it must appear in the 7 times table. So let's check if this is in the 7 times table. 15 is not, 23 is not, 31 is not, 39 is not, 47 is also not in the 7 times table. So with this, we have to continue with more numbers. So for instance, we have 56, 64, 72. Okay, and we continue this. We will have 55 here, 63 here, okay, and 71 here. Do you see a number that is divisible by 7 now? Do we see that? Right? So with this, our answer is going to be 63. Okay, so our answer is indeed option 3 for those of you who have attempted and got the correct answer. Excellent job. Okay, the screen is blurry for you. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, I try my best to bring the screen to less of a blur. Okay, I try my best. Okay, the rest of you so far so good? Okay, as usual, if you need the worksheet, you can go on to our Telegram channel, okay, to access the worksheet. All right. Okay, the rest of you good? All right, so our final answer for this question is option 3, which is 63. Okay, any questions so far? All right. Okay, I'm going to explain one more time. For those of you who are done and you have the worksheet, you can go ahead and try the next one. Okay, for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira. I am going through PSLE Maths revision on the topic of excess and shortage. Okay, so question 1 here has given us a range. Finn has more than 10 stickers. More than 10 is a range. Okay, so if we see a range given to us and we see another keyword at the end of the question, the keyword is smallest number. When we see such keywords here, we want to go ahead and use the listing method. Okay, we want to go ahead and use the listing method. If we don't see such keywords, okay, if we don't see such keywords, we want to use the model method. Okay, now because these keywords appear, therefore, we will use the listing method, and therefore we will list the 8 times table because of this phrase here, packets of 8. Packets of 8 just tell us to list the 8 times table. Okay, so far so good. Alright, okay, so after we list the 8 times table, we realize for it to be able to be packed into packets of 8, we must have one more, which means we don't have this extra one more right now. Okay, we don't have this extra one more right now, so we have to subtract 1 from the numbers we have obtained in our 8 times table. Alright, okay. Alright, so after that, we want to also either list the 7 times table or just check which of these numbers can be divided by 7. Okay, because when we pack them into packets of 7, there will be no leftover, means that number must be divisible by 7. Okay, all clear here? Alright, so far so good. Okay, if you have no questions, please, you know the drill, please help me spam the like button. If you like my handwriting, I see some comments about it, please also help me spam the like button. Thank you very much. Okay, we will move on in 5 seconds. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Okay, thank you so much for all the love. I see it. Thank you so much. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through PSLE Maths revision on excess and shortage. Okay? On excess and shortage. Alright. Don't forget to like our channels and follow us on all our social media platforms in order to have more access to all the resources that we give away for free. Okay? Alright, moving on to question number 2. Question number 2. I see that some of you are saying that it's lagging a little bit, so I'm going to talk a little bit slowly so that when it catches, it's not too laggy on your end. Okay, I try my best. Alright, question number 2. Mia's age is between 25 and 65 years. Aha, what do you see here? What do we see here? What do you think is the method that we want to use? Anyone? What do you think is the method that we want to use? The model method or the listing method? Can you quickly type it in the chat right now? Do you think we should use the model method or the listing method, since we see between 25 and 65? Do we use model? Do we use listing? I see a lot of you have gotten it right. We indeed use the listing method. Let me bring this again. Bring this out here again for you. Whenever we see keywords like smallest number or minimum number, or when we see a range, we will use the listing method. In this case, we see between 25 and 65. So we see a range, therefore we use the listing method. Okay? Because a range is given. So far so good? Okay, so we use the listing method because a range is given. Okay? For those of you on our Instagram channel, you are saying that the screen is blurry. You can quickly head on over to our TikTok channel. We are having the same live lesson as well. So try and access it via TikTok, because I think it is better on TikTok. Okay? So for those of you who are having some problems on the Instagram channel, you can go ahead and hop on over to our Telegram channel, TikTok channel, because our live there seems to be a little bit better, the reception. Okay? Alright. So far, what we have already identified is our method to solve, which is the listing method. Okay? So what you want to do now is to go and list this. Can you all try this? Okay? Can you all try this? I will go through in about 2 to 3 minutes time. Okay? Everybody try this now. If you need some hints, please type it in the chat. Say SOS, then I will drop you some hints, okay? For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through PSLE Maths Revision on Excess and Shortage. Okay? If you would like to access our worksheet, they can be obtained from our Telegram channel. The link is on the screen. Okay? Alright, so I see some SOS. Alright, let me help you there. Okay, so we know that 2 years ago her age was a multiple of 5. So what you want to do is to go and list the multiples of 5. Okay, since they say multiples of 5, we know it's the listing method. Go and list the multiples of 5. But this is 2 years ago. Okay, this is 2 years ago. Okay? Alright. You have to make sure that your listing is within the range between 25 and 65. Okay? So if we go by the 5 times table that is in the range, this would be 25. Since between doesn't actually include 25, but we are going to do things to this value later on, so we are going to still include 25 here. Okay, so 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Okay, in the range. So far so good? Okay. Alright. But we want to find out Mia's age now. Okay? We want to find out Mia's age now. So if 2 years ago she was 25, this year, right now, she will be 27. Okay, we have to plus 2 because this is right now. So far understand why we plus 2? Okay, everybody understand why we plus 2? Because we are looking at the ages 2 years ago. So right now we have to add another 2 years that have already passed. So that will be 27, so on and so forth. Okay, you can start listing now. Alright, I see more and more answers coming in. More of you are having an idea of how to solve. That's great. Okay, I'll give you 1 more minute. Then we will go through the solution for this question. Okay? Alright. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through PSLE Maths Revision on Excess and Shortage. Okay, we are going through excess and shortage here. Alright. If you are enjoying the live, or you have enjoyed the live, or you have learned something from the live, please help us like the live video right now. Please also help us share this to all your friends, family, everybody that you know. Okay? Thank you for all the likes. Okay, let me go through now. So all you gotta do is continue this list. We have 27, 30 plus 2 will be 32, 37, 42, 47, 52, 57, 62, 67. Notice 67 is out of the range already, right? So we don't have to care about that for now, okay? Alright, but this was only, what we have done is only for 2 years ago. We still need her age, which is the multiples of 7, for 4 years later. So we are going to continue our multiples of 7 for 4 years later. Okay, so that will be, I will start from 28. Do we know why we start from 28? Okay, do we know why we start from 28? Recall, from the very first line here, we have to look at the range that's between 25 and 65. So anything beyond the range, we don't want to care about it, okay? So 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. Okay? Anything that is past the range, I don't want to care about it. Then, since this is 4 years later, which is in the future, if I want to find now, I have to take away 4. Did we all get this part correct? Because it's in the future, so to find her age now, I need to go backwards 4 years to find right now. Okay, so that would be 24, 31, 38, 45, 52, 59. Okay, then right now it's gonna be a little bit easier. I see now. Just look for the value that appears in both lists, which is ta-da, 52. Mia is quite old, right? So Mia is 52 years old this year. Okay, all right, any questions so far? Yeah, so many of you got the correct answer. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, so let me repeat one more time the things that you have to take note of for this question. Okay, I'm going to repeat one more time. Whenever we see keywords like smallest number or minimum number, or when we see a range that is given, range can mean things like they tell you between a certain number and a certain number, or they tell you more than a certain number, or they tell you greater than a certain number, things like that, or less than a certain number, whatever it is. Okay, when they give you a range, you would want to use the listing method. That's why what we have done here is the listing method. So far so good? Okay, all right, and then from there we just list what they tell us. They tell us multiples of 5, we list multiples of 5. They tell us multiples of 7, we list the multiples of 7. Okay, but make sure when you list it, it is in the range. All right, then from there you work your way, either you add or you subtract those numbers to get you to the age right now. Okay, since we are looking at 2 years ago for the multiples of 5, to find right now we must go forward 2 years to find now. If we go to the ages in the future, we have to work our way back. Okay, so we subtract 4 years to find right now. Got it? Okay, all right, great. Are we all learning something today? Are you enjoying the first 2 questions of today's live? Do you feel a sense of achievement for getting those questions right? For those of you who did, and for those of you who did not, do you understand better now? Great. If yes, can you help me spam the like button, please? Thank you very, very much. Okay, don't forget to follow all our channels. Okay, our TikTok channel, our Instagram channel, our Telegram channel as well. Okay, all right. Those of you who are regulars here, you know the drill. After every question, just spam all the like button. Thank you very much. Okay, I am going to continue in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Let's move on. For those of you who just joined, welcome. I am Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through PSLE Maths revision on excess and shortage. Okay? We are going through PSLE Maths revision on excess and shortage. If you have missed out certain questions, don't worry. You can always go on to our YouTube channel to watch the recordings. Okay? Alright, let's go on to question 3. Ashley bought some sweets to give to her classmates. If she gives each classmate 4 sweets, she will be short of 26 sweets. If she gives each classmate 3 sweets, one of her classmates will only have 1 sweet. How many sweets did Ashley buy? Okay, this question here. Back to the basic question that I've always been asking you for the last 2 rounds. Do you think we want to use the listing method or the model method here? Listing method or model method? What do we think? Listing or model? For those of you who are saying that Instagram channel or not Instagram channel, if it's blurry, I am trying my very best to make it less blurry for you guys. If it's still very blurry, please head on over to our TikTok channel, okay? We are having the same live on our TikTok channel as well. Alright? For the rest of us, do you think we should use the model method or the listing method? What do you think? Model or listing? I give you another hint, okay? It's the same thing I have written here just now. If we see these keywords, we use listing. If we don't see these keywords, we use model. What do you think? Okay, for this question, some of you have gotten it right. For this question, we use the model method. Okay, for this question, we use the model method. Why model? I don't see a range. They did not say more than, less than, however many than, no. They did not tell us between XXX and XXX, no. They did not give us a range. We also don't see smallest number. We also don't see minimum. We don't see any of this. Therefore, we use the model method. Got it? Okay, so far understand? So we use the model method, okay? Great. For those of you who've gotten it right in identifying, you have gotten the first step correct, well done. So we don't use the model method here. We don't use the listing method here, we use model method. Let me remove this so that I have some space. Okay, now for this question, there is another tricky thing, okay? The other tricky thing is this. We know that in the first phrase, in the first case, she gives each classmate 4 sweets. She will be short of 26. Means we don't have this 26. Okay? But the tricky part is here. If she gives each classmate 3 sweets, one of her classmates will have only 1 sweet. Only 1 sweet tells us that we are supposed to have 3. But this person only, so poor thing, only got 1. So this tells us that we are short of 3 minus 1, which is 2 sweets. Can we understand this? We are short of 2 sweets. Okay? We are short of 3 minus 1, which is 2. Okay? Alright, so with this, let's start our model method. Okay? I'm going to start the model method now. Alright, before we start drawing, we are going to call something to be our 1 unit so that we can later on use units to solve. Now, since we don't know how many classmates there are, okay, we don't know how many classmates there are, we are going to call these classmates as 1 unit. Okay, so 1 unit is going to be the number of classmates. So far, understand? Because we don't know something, remember I mentioned before in a lot of our previous lessons, if we don't know something, we just call it 1 unit, okay? We don't know something, just call it 1 unit, make our lives very easy already. Okay? Now, since she gives each classmate 4 sweets, so my total number of sweets is going to be 4 times 1 unit, which is 4 unit. Okay? What I'm drawing here is the number of sweets that she has. Okay? I'm going to write it at the top here. This is our total sweets. This is our total sweets. She has this amount of sweets, but we need another 26. Okay, we need another 26 for her to be able to give each of her friends 4. So all this is going to be our 4 units. So far, can follow? Okay, can follow so far? Do you have any questions right now? Do you have any questions right now? Okay, try to understand this model for a little while before we continue. Okay, I'm going to repeat one more time. One more time. We need another 26 in order for her to be able to give her friends 4 each. So the entire thing, however that she has, this is the amount that she has, her total sweets. We add another 26, then we can give her friends 4 each, which means the total must be 4 times all of her friends 1 unit to give us 4 units. Okay? So far so good. Okay, similarly, she has this amount. Okay, she has this amount. She needs another 2. Another 2. Not 1, be careful, not 1, but she needs another 2 in order to be able to give her friends 3 sweets each. That's why we have the 3 units. Okay? So far so good? Okay. So from here, from our model, we see that the difference here, we have 4 units, 3 units, the difference must be 1 unit. Okay? The difference must be 1 unit. So 1 unit will be 26 minus 2, which is 24. And we call our 1 unit to be our number of classmates. So this is our classmates. Got it? Okay? Alright. So now that we know 1 unit, we can find the total number of sweets, which is 3 units minus 2. So that is going to be 3 times 24 minus 2 to give us 70. Okay, this gives us 70. So our final answer would be number 1. Clear? Okay. Now I see some questions on our channels here, so let me address them. How many marks is this question in exam? Usually around 2 to 3 marks. Okay. If it appears in paper 2, past the question number 5. Okay, past question number 5, usually this is about 3 marks. But if it's in the first 5 questions, then it's 2 marks. If it's in paper 1, then it's either 1 mark or 2 marks. Most usually 2 marks. Okay? Okay, is this for primary 6? Honestly, this question have come out in primary 5 exams as well. So P5, P6, both applicable. Okay? Both applicable. Alright. Any other questions before I repeat one more time? Okay. If not, I'm going to repeat one more time. Okay? Number 1, we don't see a range. We don't see smallest number or minimum number. We don't see. Therefore, we use the model method. Okay? So we use the model method. Okay. Then from the model method, we want to first call our 1 unit to be the number of classmates that Ashley has. Okay? Our 1 unit is the number of classmates that Ashley has. Alright? Because again, I mentioned before, we don't know. If we don't know something, we call it 1 unit to make our lives a lot easier. Okay? So we call 1 unit to be the number of classmates that she has. So if she has 1 unit of classmates, our sweets, since she gave 4, then the total will be 4 units. Okay? If she gives 1 person 3, there are 1 unit of them. 3 times 1 unit gives you 3 units. Okay? But these 4 units and 3 units have to include the number that she was short of. In order to give her friends 4 each, she need the 26. Similarly, in order to give her friends 3 each, she need the 2. Okay, not 1, but 2. Why 2? Because since the question gave us only 1 sweet, the last person have 1, supposed to have 3. So we need 2 more. That's why it's short of 2. Okay? Okay, then from here, we just look for the difference between the units. 4 units minus 3 units is 1 unit, which is the difference here, 24. Yeah? And 24 is the number of classmates that we have labeled it to be. So our 1 unit will be our number of classmates. So since I want the total sweets, which is how much she has, these are all, she doesn't have this. These are all what she is short of. Okay? So we will take 24 times 3, find 3 units, then we subtract away 2. Or we can also take 24 times 4, subtract away 26. Okay? Alright, any questions so far? Okay, I see that this other channel here, a lot of you are chit-chatting. Okay, I'm glad that you are able to connect with each other. I hope you also understood what I just went through. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, if you have no questions, we can move on. Using listing is going to be a little bit more tedious because of big numbers like this. Okay, and when you use listing, we have to make sure that every time we list, the cases are the same. So it's going to be very confusing. Therefore, we use model method, much simpler in this case. Okay. Alright, let's move on. Great, thank you for liking the live. We are going to go on to question 4. Okay, sure, let me explain the extra 2 one more time, okay? Why extra 2? The poor last classmate only got 1, supposed to have 3. Only got 1, supposed to have 3. Therefore, short of 2. Okay? Alright. Okay, if you have no questions, I'm going to move on to number 4. Question number 4. Okay. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through PSLE Maths revision on excess and shortage. Okay? We are going through PSLE Maths revision on excess and shortage. Please don't forget to like all our channels if you are learning something today. Please remember to share our live with everybody that you know so that we can all learn together, okay? Our live lessons are free for all. Our worksheets are also free and can be obtained on our Telegram channel. The link is on the screen, okay? Alright. Okay, today no funny story but got a sad story. Not funny but sad to me. So if you stay till the end, I'm going to share with you a sad story, okay? Okay, question number 4. Alright, question number 4. Mr. Tan bought some pens for his students. If he gives each student 3 pens, he will have 30 pens left. If he gives each student 5 pens, he will have 10 pens left. How many pens should he give each student so there will be no left over? Okay. Alright. There will be no left over is what we want here. Okay, question. Do we use listing or model method? Do we use listing or model method? Do we see a range? Do we see smallest number? Do we see minimum number? What do you think? Model method or listing method? Okay, I see. Very good, you are catching on. Everybody, well done. Indeed, we use the model method because we don't see any of this. Okay, fantastic job. Well done. Okay, identifying what method to use is the first step to being able to solve the question. So well done, you have gotten the first step right. Okay, now let's move on. Since we know we use the model method, okay, we use the model method here. So what we want to do is to first call our number of people, which is in this case students. Okay, our 1 unit is the number of students, so that we can later on use units to solve. Okay. Alright. Okay, so let's draw the model. Now the model is going to look a little bit different from what we have seen earlier because this time round it is not shortage but it is an excess. We have an excess scenario. Okay, we have excess. So we are going to draw the model such that it reflects this excess scenario. Okay, excess means we have some left over. Okay, now if he gives each student 3 pens, so I'm going to draw a box. All of this he's going to give his students. Okay, this is all of his pens. He will still have some more, which is 30 pens. Okay, he will still have another 30. So this signifies all the way to the end of the model, this signifies our total pens. Okay, I give all the students 3 units of pens, then I still have another 30. In total, this tells us my total pens. Okay, so far so good. Alright, then in case 2, if I give each student 5 pens instead, so I have 5 units of pens. 5 times 1 unit is 5 units. If I give each of them 5 pens instead, I will still have an extra, but this time around my extra is only 10. Okay, this time around my extra is only 10. Understand the model so far? Do we understand the model? Do you think you can solve the question on your own? Okay, can you solve the question on your own? I'll give you maybe about 2 minutes to try this. Okay, once you have gotten to this point, not difficult anymore, you can just look for the difference here. Okay, difference in terms of units and in terms of value. Okay, those of you who got the answer as 1, my hint for you is to read the question one more time. Read the question one more time because you are missing one final step. Okay? Great. Alright. Okay, one last minute. Where did I get the 3 units and 5 units from? It's because of the cases here. Each student is 3 pens. Each student 5 pens. Okay? 1 student, 3 pens. 1 unit of student will get 3 times 1 unit to give us 3 units. So that's how I get 3 units of pens. Okay? Similar to the second case as well. Clear? Alright. I see more people giving me the SOS help line. Okay, fine. I'm going to give you another clue, okay? We are looking at the difference from this model. I have 5 units, I have 3 units. The difference is 2 units. Agree? Similarly, if I look at the number, I have 30, I have 10. The difference is also going to refer to our 2 units. So 2 units must be 20. Clear? Alright, so if 2 units is 20, straight away we can find 1 unit, right? 1 unit will be 10. Okay, 20 divided by 2 to give us 10. Okay, remember what we call our 1 unit? 1 unit is the number of students. So this must be our number of students. So there are 10 students in total. Okay, there are 10 students in total. Got it? So, if there are 10 students in total, I am not interested in the number of students. I am not interested in the total number of pens. I am interested in how many pens each student must have. So, I am going to look for the total pens first. Okay? So, the total pens in this case, you can use either of the top model or the bottom model. Either way is fine, okay? If you use the top model, it will be 3 unit plus 30. So that's 3 times 10 plus 30 to give you 60. Okay? Like I mentioned, you can also use the bottom model. So 5 unit plus 10, you should also get 60. Okay? So if we have 60 pens, 10 students, each student must have 60 divided by 10 to give us 6 pens. All right. Okay, so the final answer is option 3. For those of you who got option 3, congratulations! Excellent job. Many of you have gotten 3. Well done. Okay, great. How are you finding this topic so far? Manageable? Yes, no? So far, so good? Okay. Alright. So that was on excess and shortage model method, rather excess and excess model method. Okay, both cases is excess and excess. Okay, all right. Any questions so far? Okay, if not, we are going to move on. Before we move on, you know the drill. Please help me spam the like button. Thank you very, very much. Okay, why 60 divided by 10? Very simple. They want how many pens each student will have. We are looking for each student. Total pens 60, total students 10. So 60 divided by 10. Okay? So far, understand now? Alright, thank you for spamming the like buttons, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Great. Alright, for those of you who just joined, my name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through PSLE Maths revision on excess and shortage. We are down to our last question for the day. Thank you very much for those of you who have stayed from the beginning or from the moment you entered all the way until now, okay? For those of you who are helping me spam the like button, thank you very, very much. Just double tap on your screen to help us spam the like button. Okay, thank you very, very much. Let's move on to question 5. Question 5. Seemingly most difficult question of the day. But to me, this is the easiest question. You will understand why in a second. Okay? Alright, before we go on, question 5, let's take a look. Ida wanted to buy a speaker set but was short of $340 even after a 20% discount. Okay? Even after a 20% discount, she's still short of some money. So, before we go on, let's understand about percentage discount. If you have a 20% discount, how many percent are you paying for? Can you all type it in the chat? Can you help me type it in the chat? If you have a 20% discount, how many percent are you paying for? Are you paying for 20%? Or are you paying for 80%? What do you think? Okay? Thank you very much for all your responses. Indeed, we are paying for 80%. Well done. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to write down, we pay 80%. Okay, that's right. We pay 80%. Okay, let's continue. She saved another $200. Wow, this lady really wants the speaker set. So she's going to save another $200. And fantastic, she managed to buy the speaker set during a 35% discount period instead. It went on a further discount. So there is a 35% discount. Now, if there's a 35% discount, we pay how many percent? We pay how many percent? 65. Amir, well done. Yellow, well done. Okay, fantastic. 100 minus 35 gives us 65%. Fantastic. Okay. Now, a lot of you are much faster than me already. Yes, you told me model method. Very good. We don't see a range. We don't see a smallest number or minimum number, things like that. So we use model method. Okay, fantastic. Indeed, we use model method. In this excess and shortage question, we use model method. Okay. Why is it excess and shortage? Because short of some money, she had some money left later on. Okay, she had $40 left. So excess and shortage. Okay? Alright, I'm going to unpack the question a little bit more before we start drawing the model, so that it's going to be much easier for you. Okay, I'm going to unpack a little bit more before we start drawing the model. Okay, so for this question, we know that she has some money. We don't know how much, but we know she has some money. Okay, so I'm going to just label it as amount at first. She has some money at first, then she go and save another $200, right? She go and save another $200, but she had $40 left. Okay, but she had $40 left. So when she go and pay 65%, she's only paying using the amount she had at first plus another $160. Can everybody see this? Okay, because she saved $40, she had $40 left. Because she had $40 left, so she managed to only spend $160. Okay, got it? Somebody in the comments said Ida is broke. Okay, but she's quite hardworking, right? She go and save and save and save to be able to buy more. Okay, so far can understand? So far so good. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Okay, bear with me, I'm gonna continue. Today our Instagram live is not doing very well because of the blur. I'm not very sure why, because our TikTok is doing fine. So again, those of you on Instagram, thank you for joining. Can I trouble you to hop on over to our TikTok channel? Okay, so that you can follow on with the live a little bit better. Okay, don't worry everyone, our session is recorded, so you can always go on to our YouTube channel to rewatch the recording. Okay, all right. Okay, the words before 160 is amount at first. Is my handwriting very bad? Let me rewrite this. Amount at first. Okay, amount at first plus another $160. Okay? Okay. In the time that I was talking, I believe a lot of you have managed to solve the question because I see some answers coming in. Okay, so let's draw the model here. Since we know we need to use model method, let's draw the model. We don't know how much she had at first, but I'm just going to write it as it is. This is had at first. Okay? Alright. This is the amount that she had at first. But she is short of another $340. Ayah, poor thing, not enough money. Not enough $340. Even with a 20% discount. So if she have this $340, she only needs to pay 80% of the original. Got it? The amount that she had at first, you add another $340, you can buy the speaker set at a 20% discount. So you only pay 80%. Okay? So far so good? Okay. Then later on, the amount that she, oops, what just happened? The amount that she had at first, again, but this time round, she go and save extra money. So she paid another $160. Not $200, but only $160, because from the 200, she go and she managed to save another 40. Okay, so $160, and this amount she needs to pay 65% of the speaker set because it's during a 35% discount period. Okay? Do you know how to solve now? Are you able to see the difference? Can see? Okay, so with this, our percentage here. Okay, at the top 80%, at the bottom 65%. The difference is 15%. So 15% of the original is going to be $340 minus $160 to give us $180. Okay? Understand now? Can solve for 100% already? We want to find the original cost. Original cost means we want 100%. Okay, can solve now? Yes, Jin Yuan Tan. Very good. You got the correct answer. Okay, we want to find 100%. If we have 15%, we can go ahead and look for 5%. Okay, divide by 3 to give us $60 here. Divide by 3 as well. Then we can find 100% times 20 times 20 to give us $1,200. If you want to find 1%, yes, go ahead. No problem as well, okay? As long as you reach your 100%, which is $1,200, okay? Very good. A lot of you have gotten the answer as 4. Well done. Alright, so for this question, not a lot of calculation here. Okay, you just need to remember to subtract the 40 from this extra 200 to be able to get you 160. Okay? Alright. Do we understand what is going on now? Okay. We can use 1%, yes. Confirm can use 1%. We can use 1%. We can use 5%. We can use however many percent in between, as long as we reach 100%. Okay? You find 1% also can, no problem. You should be able to get 100% as $1,200 still. Okay? Alright, I'm going to repeat one more time. Okay? One more time. She wants to buy a speaker set but was short of $340. So the amount she had at first, we need extra 340. Then she can buy it at a 20% discount. So means with this 340, she only need to pay for 80% of the price. Okay? Then in the second case, the amount that she had at first, she go and save another $200, of which $40 she managed to save further. So she only spent extra 160 on top of the amount that she had at first to be able to buy it at a 35% discount. So she pays 65% of the original. So you compare 80% versus 65%. The difference is over here, which is 15%. So 15% is 340 minus 160 to give us 180. Once you have 15%, you can find 100%. Whichever way that you like. You want to find 5%? You want to find 1%? No problem. Okay? So final answer 1,200, option 4. Clear? Alright. Okay, thank you very much everyone for your time tonight. Once again, my name is Coach Shahira. I will see you guys next week for yet another free live session. Okay? If you want to stay for a story time, do stay. Okay, thank you very much everybody. For those of you who have spent the night with us, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Hope you have learned something today. Okay, story time. Do you all remember about maybe 3 weeks back, I think? 3 or 4 weeks back, I think maybe 3 weeks back, I mentioned that I bought a new pair of sandals, right? Then I took my first step in that sandals just outside my house and I fell. Do you all remember this story? Okay, so basically I bought a new pair of sandals, but it's quite thick. It's like a platform sandals. And then I took my first step and I fell. Okay, so then what happened is 3 weeks later, so in between I have been wearing it many times, okay, multiple times, nothing happens, everything is fine so far. Then 3 weeks later, can you all guess what happened again? Yes, unfortunately I fell again, but this time round, so sad, I fell while I was taking my last step of a flight of stairs. So yeah, I fell again. Very sad story, right? So moral of the story, if you cannot walk in very tall sandals, don't. So I have stopped using those sandals already. Where did I fall? I fell after walking down a flight of stairs. But very lucky because it was the last step of those flight of stairs that I fell. Don't know how, walking down the stairs, every step was okay. But then after that I fell again. I'm okay, but I started laughing the minute I fell. And I fell very slow-mo, like, ooh, boom. Not public place, thankfully. If not, it'll be so embarrassing. Okay, that's all. Unfortunately, today no joke because not every day is a joke for me. Okay, alright, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you have learned something today. I'll see you guys next week for yet another live session and hopefully yet another story time. Okay? Alright, thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Okay, I will go and buy Crocs for those of you who are asking me to buy Crocs. I will go and buy Crocs, okay? Alright, thank you very much. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm going to end the live in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Bye-bye.